Maine Democrats gathered in Bangor today to call out what they're calling dark money election lies. With concerns over the reported last-minute flood of out-of-state money for state house races, outgoing Senate President Troy Jackson and Senator Joe Baldacci railed against it. They're both upset with what they say are lies swirling around Maine's budget. They say out-of-state Republicans claim Democratic leadership has depleted state funds. Jackson and Baldacci say Maine's budget is doing better than ever.
At the end of the LePage administration, aid to Bangor schools was $17 million. Now it is $29 million per year. 4 years ago, revenue sharing to the city of Bangor was $3.3 million. Today, it is almost $10 million.
But I can guarantee you that these out-of-state money, dark lies, is only here to take over the Maine Senate, to take over the Maine House, and start giving money back to the wealthiest people in this state and in this country.
The use of out-of-state money in state elections is on the ballot this Tuesday. Question 1 asks voters if there should be a $5,000 cap on campaign contributions from super PACs that fund campaigns for or against politicians and political parties.